This is
Like
why you
everything
follow
you
Pro League of Legends for a year.
yep, everything you do in League leads up to this moment, and I'm always super hyped for it. If it's not in a deathly time zone where I can't watch the games, but still, I'm always invested.
I,
I'm always
st-
hyped. I'm always
I
watching the
still
games as much
stay
as I
up for
can.
the games I shouldn't watch. I gotta watch all of them. As many of them as I can. Always a joy, always a joy. So yeah, we've got play-ins here. It locks in 4 days. So that's exciting. We gotta do our
We got
pick'ems.
some time. Yeah, let's do a pick. Have you done your? Are we gonna do Crystal Ball too?
Sure, we can do Crystal Ball. That's probably better to do. We should do both of them because then it's actually like more stuff and not just like a
Yeah,
5 minute video
yeah. Because
about all these
meanwhile, it's
minor
just like
region
please
teams.
pick two teams to advance.
I think Golden Guardians. Mm, I'll throw it we'll think about the other one.
Yeah, I mean, you got all these teams here, and they're all pretty decent. The thing is, it's like we don't know if Golden Guardians is going to like make it through
I
the
fucking
World
hope.
Qualifying Series
I
because
fucking hope.
I don't think you can do play-ins after the World Qualifying Series starts, right?
I don't think so. I
Like once it
think
starts, it starts.
I think if you are able to do that, you would kind of have a cheat sheet because then you would know. You know what I mean? Because then it'd
Yeah,
essentially remove one of the options, right?
yeah, because it starts on. I think the series starts on Sunday or Monday, one of the two.
Oh, you know
Because
what? It's
they're in Korea.
totally, yeah, it's totally the moment that series starts, this locks. That's definitely when this timer's counting down to. I'm like
Yeah.
90% sure. Whatever. Let's do Crystal Ball first.
Yeah, let's use some crystal ball. Okay. So it's
Ooh.
broken down by all these. It's broken down like events, champions, players, and teams. So we'll just start with like the event.
Yeah, let's just go top, like, top to bottom, just make it simple.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
how many reverse sweeps will there be at Worlds out of 9 total best of fives?
Let's be honest. I'm gonna say zero. I feel like there's not gonna be any. Like I feel like there's gonna be some
Considering the teams, yeah, that would be the
like
likely pick. It's gonna be a lot of three. I can see a ton of 3-0s.
like if we're just going based off of the MSI results, like
There
I
weren't
mean,
any
granted,
reverse
yeah, that was like
sweeps.
6 or 5, was like 5 or so months ago. But like, just given how that went, I really don't know. I mean, there might be like one off chance because it is like gonna be a new patch and stuff like that, and who knows, you might have a
Oh
Cinderella story.
wait, no, you know what
But
it could be?
what?
Out of 9 total best of fives, what if like, oh dude, it would be so tragic. But what if G2 ends up getting reverse swept or something? I could
That's
see that.
that's possible.
I could
I
see
mean,
G2 getting reverse swept, but that means they have to get to the best of five.
yeah. I mean, I've heard a lot of people. I've had friends saying that G2 is gonna go all the way to like semifinals minimum, and I'm like, you're on capping, but okay.
I would, if
You know
that's
what?
true, I would say one reverse sweep then on G2.
I'm still gonna say zero. I'm just not feeling the reverse sweeps this year. Like I feel like the teams are just too strong. Like I feel like if they get a lead, they're just gonna win.
Well, actually,
Like,
last year, how many reverse sweeps were there? Last year, I can't think of
well,
any.
well, hmm. I guess there's maybe one team that could maybe pull off a reverse sweep or get like T1. T1 is a team that I think would be the most likely to get reverse swept.
T1 could
And
get and also pull off a reverse sweep out of
yeah,
nowhere. That's why I kind of want to guess one, because G2 and T1 to me, that's two teams now
yeah.
where it's like, look, no matter how negative I might be on T1 sometimes, like, they're not gonna get like slept all the way like out. They're probably gonna make it to semis. Like,
You know what? I'll say one. I'll
I,
say one reverse sweep just because T1 always does weird things at Worlds. Well, I will say always.
T1 this
Since
year
the
wasn't
new era.
human without Faker. It was so
Yeah.
funny.
So I'll say there's one reverse sweep at Worlds this year.
I agree. What will be the duration of the longest single game at Worlds? Oh, this is crazy. Okay, so 45 minutes or less, and then 45 to 50 minutes, 50 to 55, and then 55 plus. I don't think there's going to be a 55-minute plus game.
Me neither.
That's like never happened in years.
I feel like the long games at Worlds are gonna come from one of the Korean teams.
That is true. There are
It's
going to be.
gonna come
It
from
is
like
going to be
M1
Korea
or
on
KT.
Korean, but can you think of a single game that's gone above 45 minutes this year? Like at
I can't
all?
I can't think of one off the top of my head.
There's
Hmm.
probably like one offshoot game somewhere that went above 45 minutes, but the fact that like okay, normally in League of Legends, the better the teams are, the quicker the games end because people know what they're fucking doing.
Yeah.
So I am genuinely probably just gonna lock in 44, 59 or less because like I can't see a 45-minute game.
I think it is because like I feel
It's
like
possible,
with the
yeah, it's
I feel like with
possible.
the LPL teams, like they're either gonna like I don't know what see it happening with the LPL teams. I definitely see it happening with the LCK with like a couple of the LCK teams just because of who they have on their
Wait, there's
roster. Like I think
guaranteed
it is
an
the most
LCK
likely
versus
happening.
LCK game. That's going to happen.
It's gonna. I feel like if it does happen, it's either gonna happen with Down One Kia, or sorry, D plus Kia,
D plus.
or KT Rolster.
Oh
Ah,
shit! If KT plays T1 and they do their weird shit, oh, that could go on for a
I'm
while.
gonna say 45 minutes to 44 for 49:59.
Yeah, I'll guess that too, because that's like the most I could see.
Yeah, I don't see it going much longer than that. Well, wait. Well, unless it's the patch. Like, what did they do for the patch? Like,
I
unless
have the
what patch
patch
is
notes
being
up
played on?
here. The
What patch is being
world's
played on?
patch is 13.19. This is the patch that has nerfed Azir, nerfed LeBlanc, and Static Shiv, nerfed Rek'Sai, nerfed Zeri. So a lot of the scaling characters have gotten nerfed. However, they buffed Gangplank, they buffed
Yeah.
Syndra, they buffed Lissandra, characters who are kind of infamous for wanting to go a bit later. They also buffed Lee Sin, because they always do that before Worlds. Just fuck it, buff Lee Sin.
Yeah. Also
So,
keep it at 45 minutes to 49:59, but that's about as high as I'm willing to go.
yeah, that's the upper bound. This is always a fun one. How many pentakills will there be at Worlds? Last year there
Oh
were zero.
boy. Yeah, there were no pentakills at Worlds
However,
last year.
Ruler Super Team.
Yeah.
It's also interesting to note, for whatever reason, in LCS, Pioshik got the first pentakill on a jungler this year. And he's going to Worlds. I don't know.
That's true.
Maybe he could do
I'm
it
looking
again.
at it's like I'm looking at these teams, right? Like which teams has the players that are most likely to get pentakills? I'm looking at this.
Ruler,
Um,
obviously.
Ruler, obviously. Guma Yushi, weirdly enough, I think is another
Yeah,
one.
Guma God.
Uh, let's see. I think,
Pioshik.
yeah. Who's? Let's see. Who is he?
Oh, Deft. Dude, Deft could get a penta.
Yeah, I also think Adam could get a penta from Fnatic.
If it's fucking a travesty, maybe.
I think it's possible. I think it is possible. I think Adam is a really good ADC. He, he like
Dude, maybe
he
against
has
one of the
looked
weaker
very good.
teams. Against one of the weaker teams, yeah. But against like China and Korea, I don't. Maybe unless it's the China collapse team.
Yeah,
Showmaker could also get a penta if he's playing a carry. And Canyon too. A lot of fucking D plus people could get a penta, honestly.
yeah. But yeah, even then though, like, let's see.
The problem is I don't think the meta. If it was Zeri meta, obviously there'd be a
Oh
pentakill.
yeah, for sure, for
But
sure.
Zeri got nerfed, and also Zeri and Yumi are not strong right now. Like Zeri is still pickable, but like okay, let's think of like the reset carries. Like Zeri, not gonna be meta that hard. She's not a must pick. Jinx is not a must pick. Aphelios is good, but he's not like I don't think many teams are gonna be like drafting him 1-2. Most of the time, I feel like he's gonna be picked in response to other carries. And those are a lot of the carries that are like pentakill farmers, right? Maybe
Hmm.
not Aphelios as much, but like we're gonna probably see a lot of like I hope we see a lot of Caitlyn's, and Caitlyn does not have an easy time
Yeah,
getting
Caitlyn.
pentakills. Yeah,
Yeah, I also just
Ezreal
don't like Caitlyn.
could get Ezreal could get pentas, but I don't see it happening as much. Are there any like carry junglers in the meta? Kindred's always like kind of around, but
Yeah.
I don't. Pioshik is there. I mean, we never know. um,
I think I'll say one pentakill.
I hope there's one. I'm gonna pick one
Yeah,
just because I
I'd say
hope
there's
there's
one.
one.
Because I don't think the meta is gonna be as like chaotic. I think you're gonna get a lot of close to pentas, but not pentas.
If is Briar allowed at Worlds? Is Briar gonna be at Worlds or no? Because Briar's on the
Uh,
13.19 patch.
I think Briar will be allowed at Worlds this year.
Oh, but it is the patch she's nerfed on. Okay, never mind. If it was released Briar, then
No,
yeah.
Briar's sorry. Briar's disabled. Briar's disabled.
Okay, then yeah,
I
just
just
one.
checked it.
Damn it.
I'll say one pentakill,
All right.
and it has to come from JDG.
I would hope. I hope it's Ruler or 369 randomly. Or if Kanavi gets a penta on like Sejuani or some random champion like that, that'd be awesome. All right. Which Drake will be most killed at Worlds or be killed the most at Worlds? This is just a
Hmm.
fucking just a guess. There's no
This
way
is
of
a
knowing.
crapshoot.
It's literally a 1 in 6 chance of guessing.
Yeah, because you either get it right or you don't.
Going off of what would be interesting, it's not going to be Infernal because it's never Infernal, or Mountain,
Yeah.
or Hextech, or any of the fun dragons. Chemtech's fun for like the plants, but I feel like for some reason it's just never. I never see it. So it's either Cloud or Ocean for me because I feel like I see those ones so often. I'm gonna guess Ocean Dragon just because it's bottom
Yeah,
right.
I think Ocean is a safe bet. I mean, Ocean
I feel like I always see it.
Ocean is just never a bad Drake to get. It's just very versatile. Like even in like Cloud Drake is also good, but I feel like the usefulness are like will definitely depend on the comp. Like if you have like a poke comp, for example,
Yeah, some
like Cloud
comps
Drake won't be as useful to
don't want
you.
to do it.
But like if you are against a poke comp, for example, you may not want to get Cloud Drake. Maybe Mountain Drake might be better for you. But I feel like Ocean is the one where it checks the most boxes for everyone because everyone can use a little bit more sustain. It doesn't
Yeah,
really matter
it helps no
who
matter what.
you yeah, so I do think that Ocean will still have the highest priority at Worlds.
All right, how many Baron steals will there be at Worlds? Another fun
Oh
one.
boy. Well, we have Owner
Last year, it
and
would
we
have
have
been.
Pioshik
I
at
was gonna say
Worlds.
last year, the game with the most Baron steals. Both junglers are going to Worlds again, both of them. And let me tell you, this says Baron steals. Will there be at Worlds? This does not say in finals, in semifinals, or anything. And in that one game alone, there were 3 Baron steals in one game of finals. The final game of 2022, there were 3 Baron steals. That's already more than section 1 on this list. There's going to be a lot more games. like
Yeah,
as a
like
meme, I am so willing. You don't have to agree with me, but I'm gonna guess 9 plus just because I feel like it's just gonna be crazy for some reason.
I'm gonna say 3 to 5. I think there's gonna be a decent amount.
There's gonna be at
One, because
least 3.
Owner and Pioshik are in the pool, and you always
They're
gotta you
both
always
there, bro.
gotta
It's
but
gonna be
also like
so hype if
Owner and
I can make another Pioshik smite montage.
that was so bad.
I
Like
love
that was just
Pioshik. He's my
complete
favorite jungler.
a complete dog.
He's my favorite jungler.
Like
He's a
Arf
world
woof.
champion. He's the reigning world champion, dude. I wish they put like 20 plus on this list. I would click it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say 3 to 5. I'm feeling there's gonna be a
it's
decent
gonna
amount
be,
of bearing
it's gonna be
steals.
fucking 9 plus. He doesn't even know. All right, some of the more silly ones. This is I have no idea. Who will be played in the most different roles at Worlds? It's gotta be like who are the picks? Is it every champion?
Yeah, they have every champion available. So
Oh
you have
my
to look at the champions that are like
god.
actually picked.
Gragas is a pick that I immediately think of. Gragas is like you could play him jungle. Some people play him support. You could play him mid. You can play him top. 369 picks Gragas into Jax. 369 is a Gragas player, and Faker plays Gragas mid. So that's 2 roles.
Ooh, Gwen maybe? Because she got buffed for jungle. She got buffed
Oh,
into
did
jungle.
she? Is that what that
So which
fucking thing
that
was?
could yeah, that
Oh, that was
might
on the
bring
patch
her.
before. Ah, dude, fuck. It's not gonna be an 80 carry, probably.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be any 80 carry.
Are there any
It could potentially be Lee
supporters?
Sin because I know they were worried about buffing him. They didn't want to buff him so much that they wanted to make him like a laner,
I don't
but
think it's
it's
gonna be
still
Lee Sin though.
possible.
I don't.
Uh,
Because realistically, I don't. I don't think. I just don't think. I don't see it. I don't see it happening. Fuck, dude, this is hard.
maybe there's
I,
Jace.
I was also gonna say, yeah, Jace could be theoretically, because like you could play him. I mean, it's hard because like if Lee Sin is picked, that's a top jungle, mid, and maybe even support, because like carry is random as fuck. Because like if if it's something crazy, like Carrier has shown that he's willing to play like marksman supports, but
Yeah.
that's still only two positions. Now, there are some cases where like a marksman character has been played in a solo lane, like Vayne going top. There was Kaisa mid for a bit. Kaisa mid was crazy, but that kind of got toned down a bunch.
We also just don't know what like they're cooking in scrims. Like,
Oh shit, Kasante top mid. Oh
ooh, good
fuck.
point. Good point. Cassante could very well be picked in multiple. Okay, that's a good point.
But like it's the
I
most the problem is it's the most different roles at Worlds, which means out of like 5, like cuz okay, if it's like mid support, Nautilus mid and support is still 2 and Cassante mid and top is still 2.
mhm.
I don't know if I've ever seen dude, wait. Oh my god. Okay, are you ready for the 5 head call? It's
What is it?
gonna be Nico. Canyon plays Nico jungle. Faker plays Nico mid. Carry Nico support or someone playing Nico support. Anyone. That's 3. Boom.
Really? That's pretty. Because they don't have to be played the most in the most rules. They just have to be picked
Yeah, in
at
the
least
most
once
different
in the most
roles.
rules.
Yeah. I think Nico, because if Nico gets picked jungle, hasn't 369 play Nico top one time? Am I tripping? It could be Gwen. It might just be Gwen. Like Gragas I feel like is like the safest pick.
Like Gwen, Cassante, Gragas. It's because is Gragas even still picked a lot in pro? He's picked a decent bit, right?
Uh I mean 369 played Gragas in their spring season, in their playoffs. Uh he played him 4 times in summer. He didn't oh.
Because
Yeah,
at least in this
he's been
season, he
playing
wasn't.
Gragas like quite a bit. He played it a bunch last year, but this year he's played it 5 times in their winning like run. Out of 36 games, he played it 5 times. But he played okay. This is actually a good baseline. He played Cassante, Gragas, Scion. Wait, dude. Oh fuck. We need to think of like the weird people who are going to Worlds too. Because if someone has like a weirdly niche pick that they play in a certain role, but other people don't, is there what's like what's like the
I'm looking
weirdest
at
pick?
Carria. I'm looking
Yeah,
at Carria. I'm looking at Hillisang. Um,
what was like this is hard. This is interesting though
this
because there's
is
so many
hard.
champions. I my
'Cause, yeah,
instinct would just be to play Gragas here because like he's going to be picked mid. Cuz like Faker is like I'm not saying anything mean about Faker, but like he played so much Gragas when he came back. Like he was playing Gragas and Azir because I don't know. That's just what he was playing. And his Azir got nerfed, so he's playing Gragas. That's what I think.
yeah,
Or Cassante. Like Cassante's going to be picked mid and top. Like
yeah.
going
I,
to
I
be.
think we have there are characters that we know will be picked in at least 2 roles. The question is which one will be picked in a third role. Because typically characters aren't picked in more than 3 roles, unless it's like
Like
colossally like out there.
well yeah. When it's like something super like cuz theoretically right now on this patch there is a world where Gwen Jungle comes back because of the buff they did to her. But I don't know if anyone's gonna do that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because would Kanavi play Gwen Jungle? Canyon might.
Damn.
Canyon's fucking crazy. But would he? Would he play as Nico jungle?
Mm. Maokai is also another one that could be played, but I don't know how many people are playing Maokai.
I don't think many people are gonna play him in anything but jungle.
Oh, Maokai, I'm looking on gold.gg. Maokai has a 94% presence in the LCK.
But
If you
like
look
they're
at
they're
all,
mainly playing him like jungle though, right?
yeah, well, let's see. In top lane, he is the fourth most picked top laner. In
Oh
this is
shit.
across all tournaments. Across all tournaments. Let me just look at summer. Maybe that'll be a more accurate
Yeah.
representation. Yeah. So in top, he is the sixth most present character in top lane. He is the first most picked in jungle, and he is the sixth most picked in support.
And Maokai didn't
Believe
get touched. Maokai's like pretty
no,
much the same.
I think you know what I'm gonna say Maokai. I think it was Maokai last year. I'm gonna say Maokai this year
Well,
too.
the here's
He's
the
being
thing though. Here's the thing though. Maokai last year was like way stronger than he is this year. Malachi was a pretty like he had an absurd presence last year at Worlds across all of the regions. He was crazy.
that's
He
that's
crazy.
true.
Like his it was Malachi and Sejuani, and you would handshake him. That was what the meta was for like the whole time. And look, my goat Piosik, he diffed Peanut. He diffed him on Malachi.
Yeah, it's
Although yeah, if Malachi's being picked that much in LCK, we fucking know how LCK teams are.
'cause I'm also looking at the other ones. I mean, I'm looking at the playoffs. He actually was not played that much in top lane,
Yeah, that's
but
what I was saying.
I still think that there is hope.
What about here's a crazy one. What about Trundle?
Brundle.
Do you think because Trundle support does get picked occasionally, and a couple of people do still play Trundle jungle, but would
He's not
people
even.
play him top? I can't think of the last time I've seen him top lane actually ever.
I don't even
Hmm.
think he's picked that much. Like even.
He got picked in NA quite a bit for a period for some
Yeah.
reason. I
You
remember
know
thinking
what?
why.
Of all the characters mentioned, like I don't think Cassante would be picked in more than top mid. I don't think that Gwen would be picked more in top jungle. I don't think that Gangplank would be picked more in like top mid. I don't think that these characters would be picked more in the roles. I'm gonna guess Maokai.
You can go
That's
with
gonna be
that.
my pick. I'm gonna go with Maokai because I cannot think of another character that could be played in three roles that I also think will be like, you
I
know,
think Gragas is pretty like acceptable to think about, but like I don't know if
Gragas
he's
too, but
gonna.
like he's not picked like because the thing is like he has to also get picked. Like
Yeah,
I
he
feel
has
like
to
if a
actually
character is
get
not
picked.
picked as much, then they're even less likely to get picked in like a non-common role. Like that's why I picked Maokai because like his presence is he has the highest presence
Yeah,
in
he will get
like
picked in
in
at
the
least
summer
two of
split.
those roles for sure.
Yeah,
I'm still picking Gragas just because I'm all
yeah.
crazy. All right, this is the fun one. Who will be the most picked champion during? Who will be the most? Bleh, who will be picked the most during champion select at Worlds? Most picked champion, whatever.
Yeah.
Now this isn't banned. This is picked, locked in. Okay, that's the thing I didn't understand last year. Not
Hmm.
presence, pick rate. Who is going to make it through ban phase the most and get handshook? Do you know who it was last year? Because I don't remember. Was it
Mm-mm.
Maokai?
It might have been Maokai.
It was
I'm
either
inclined to pick
Maokai or
Mal.
Sejuani. I felt like I saw them in every game.
I might pick Maokai again
Hmm.
because Maokai just has such a high presence. Now, granted, he could also get banned a lot. He's been banned way more than he's been picked.
Yeah, no, he gets banned a lot. I was going to guess Cassante.
Ooh, that
Because
could.
Cassante is always picked. Like, he's in a lot of games. And he does a lot of things. And I think the problem with Cassante is that there's always something else you want to ban before you ban Cassante. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I'm willing to just lock in Cassante. Because, like, out of a lot of the top laners, he's also just a good, like, pick because he's in a vacuum, you could just kind of like pick them and then play to what your opponent has. Like you can just like first pick him as a top laner. Not first pick, but like pick him before the enemy has shown their top laner. And no, you're gonna get like an all right matchup. There's very few things that hard counter you.
Yeah.
That's why
I'm still gonna
I think
I'm
he's on
still
to.
gonna pick Maokai. I just think Maokai is just gonna be one of those champions that kind of doesn't necessarily go under the radar, but I don't know if it's gonna be broken enough to ban
Oh no, he's
over
definitely not
other
gonna get
things.
banned as much as he was in LCK. Chinese teams are probably not gonna ban Maokai.
Yeah.
Who will be the most banned champion? Ooh.
Now this one's a bit more fun.
I enjoy this. Who's broken? Who do teams not want to play against?
I would say LeBlanc, but she's getting
No,
nerfed like
LeBlanc
a
got
lot.
hard nerfed. LeBlanc got gutted before this patch, so she's gonna
Yeah,
get
well,
picked.
AD.
Yeah, AD LeBlanc got gutted, and that was the more annoying playstyle for sure. Did Jarvan get touched? Are people picking up Jarvan? No one was picking up Jarvan in any of the regions, but like he's kind of good.
Jarvan
Um,
didn't get touched really.
Lee Sin might get banned a lot because he got buffed, and like if people start playing
Yeah.
him, he's always a hot commodity to get banned.
Yeah, Lee
Especially
Sin
when
is a
people like
pretty
Canyon, Owner, like Kanavi, like there's some good Lee Sin players here.
One thing
Pioshik,
about yeah, I think that's a pretty fair assessment.
but that's only if he actually like gets picked up and hype. You know what I mean? That's not like a proven thing that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because beforehand, I would have just probably said like Azir or something, but Azir got nerfed, so I don't think people are gonna be picking him that much. Oh shit, Renekton might get banned a lot.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I'm trying. Weirdly enough, I'm trying to think of like any supports, or I feel like bot lane has one of the best chances of picking something that might just be because like there's not a whole lot of bot laners to pick.
Well, actually, it's actually really easy because it might. This is gonna sound crazy. It might be Caitlyn because she is one of the like most annoying characters. She just gets you lane prio most of the time, and it's really easy because usually when Kate Lux was like meta, they banned Lux to get rid of the Caitlyn, but now Caitlyn is like pretty strong on her own, so you can pair her with a couple of other things like Caitlyn Zyra, Caitlyn Morgana is a really popular one. Like you can pair the Caitlyn with more than just the Lux now. So it
Yeah.
might be that they start banning Caitlyn and Lux is like left on her own. But again, it's hard to tell for sure. It also might randomly be Viego because for some reason people love banning Viego. Um, it could definitely be Caitlyn because if it's Caitlyn in the bot lane, that would be a really easy draft strategy too. Because then that opens the door for your bot lane to pick way more things. Because Caitlyn kind of shits
Yeah.
on a lot of things people want to play. I might
Yeah.
actually
And
pick
she
Caitlyn now.
because Jin's also gonna get buffed too, and
Yeah,
Twitch.
yeah. Well, yeah. It's one of them's got to get banned, and out of all of those, people are gonna want to ban Caitlyn the most because she's the most annoying, like every time.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? I'll go with you on that one. I'll go with Caitlyn because I really don't know. Like I don't know. I just feel like there's gonna be so much. There's so much more picks in other lanes. I feel like the most banned is
Well, dude,
definitely going to be like
dude,
because you have to think about which lane is going to be the most important
like
at this
Gumayushi
worlds.
Caitlyn, Deft Caitlyn, even a couple fucking NA players with their Caitlyns. Like Stixie has an alright Caitlyn. Like there's a lot of people. Adam's Caitlin's actually is pretty good from what I remember. Like one time he played it. Maybe I'm
Or
gaslighting
sorry, not
myself.
Adam. It's his name is Noah, not Adam. I don't know why I said Adam. I was thinking
Oh,
of
is Adam the top laner?
I was thinking of the BDS top laner. Yeah, his name
Ah,
is Noah, not Adam.
okay.
Big
Fuck you
fan.
guys in the comments. Noah.
Who will have the most deaths total or most total deaths? I'm dyslexic at Worlds,
Yeah, it's hard to read these because of how they write them. Like,
and these are champions. Okay,
yeah, it's gonna be a sport. I think
is
it's
it gonna be
I
supports?
think it's either gonna be a support or a top laner.
Yeah, it's gonna definitely be a support or top laner because those are the ones that are gonna get down and dirty, or maybe
The
a jungler
I don't think
transitionally.
the problem is Nunu is buffed this patch, but I don't see any Worlds team picking up Nunu. Like, do you think
Yeah.
JDG is gonna pick up Nunu? Fuck no. Like, that's way too much variance. The thing is, though, is it has to be like a character people are picking a lot, and a character that is going to die. So something like a Nautilus would be a great pick, right? Because
Yeah, like a
Nautilus
good
is going
engage.
to die. Well, no, because like Rakan is a bad pick because Rakan is going to go in, but Rakan usually gets out. Rakan doesn't necessarily die when he goes in, right? Nautilus does.
Yeah.
Nautilus is killing himself. But is Nautilus going to be picked that much? I don't know. I mean, he's going to be picked a bit. He's always got some relevance. Hmm. But top laners, what top laner could it be? Because if like the problem is top laners get fucking fisted. Like they die once and then they get fucking level 3 ganked and then they're just dead over and over again. So it might actually, dude. Would it be Renekton?
I'm thinking Renekton. Like, I feel like Renekton is one because, like,
I'm
I
down
feel
to
like
go with
even if you're
Renekton.
doing one, like, if you're doing well or okay early, and
You
then like
die, yeah.
somehow, yeah,
You die in mid
I
to late game fights for
I'm
sure.
feeling Renekton on
And
this one.
Chinese
I'm saying
players,
Renekton.
Chinese top laners love this shit. They hit that Renekton crack. Let's go. Who will have the highest win rate at Worlds? A minimum of 5 games must be played.
Hmm.
Probably a mid laner.
Yeah, it probably will be a mid laner.
It's either going to be a mid laner or a jungler. For sure. Because 80 carries are going to be picked way too much. And supports are way too much variance. So, minimum of 5 games played, though. Ari's going to be played more than 5 games for sure. And Ari normally wins. Or, well, she doesn't normally win, but she does pretty good. Corki always randomly shows up at Worlds, but I don't think he's going to get 5 games. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm looking at some stats here.
I don't think it's going to be Jace. Oh, dude, actually. Would. Huh. Would Kaisa be a bad pick?
Um, I don't think it'd be a bad pick, but I
It
feel
would
like
be kind of troll, actually, because other teams are going to be playing Kaisa. Fuck.
I might want to pick Zaya.
It's
I
it's
don't really
gotta
see
be.
Zaya teams like.
Yeah, like
mm,
lose. Like. And Ruler plays Zaya. And Ruler wins.
Fuck it, I'm picking Zaya. I think Zaya is one of those champions that like she's very safe. Like she has very decent lane presence. Not the best, but
Oh,
it's pretty decent.
dude. I'm so smart. I'm picking Ornn.
Okay, well, you have to remember that these are gonna be Eastern and Western top laners. So I don't know what Eastern top laner is
I'm
gonna be picking
picking
Ornn.
Ornn. 369 plays Ornn once in a
That's
blue
true.
moon. Hold on, actually, let's see. Let's look at his stats real quick. Ornn, he played it twice. Okay, the problem, like looking at these top laners, Sion, Western players are gonna lose on him. Kennen, the fucking Fudge is gonna pick it in. They're gonna like fuck the stats up. Like
You know what? No, I'm gonna pick.
Kennen might actually not be a bad pick because I don't know if anyone's gonna play it except for the Eastern teams.
Yeah,
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm picking Kennen. Fuck it.
thinking Kennen. Jesus.
I'm doing Kennen. I think for some reason it's just gonna be. You know what? Actually, when Licorice
What?
was diffing top laners, he was on Kennen.
You know what I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna change my pick. I'm picking Aatrox.
Shit, that's not a bad
I'm
pick.
picking Aatrox.
Until Zeus
There are a
fucking
lot.
ints the
Yeah,
fucking
there.
thing.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going. This is gonna be my wild card. I'm gonna pick Aatrox. I think Aatrox is really, really, really good, especially if you know
Well,
how to
when people
play
do the right
Aatrox.
build for the
Yeah.
game. The problem with Aatrox
Unfortunately,
is when
Eastern
people
plays.
do the wrong build for the wrong game. All right, who will who will play the most different champions at Worlds?
This one I feel like is easier than the other ones for sure. I feel like it's gonna be Keria.
I mean, Carry is the obvious pick. No,
Yeah, I
like,
think I think it has to be Keria. It
I
has to be.
mean,
I can't think of another player
unless
that
it's
has.
somehow randomly Hillsong matches him.
I don't think Hylissang's going to be in the match long enough for these
Yeah, because
long like
Carrier.
matches to pull out something like novel.
I'm just gonna pick Carrier because like that's just
I
I
think
don't want to
Carry is a
think
safe
about
bet.
this. Like Carrier is going to pick at least 5 different supports, unless for whatever reason he is just only a Lulu bot. I hope to
Yeah.
God he doesn't forget the fact that he played like 30 different champions in one year.
You could all. I mean, alternatively, you could also think of this as which character or which players will get target banned the
I was
most.
gonna say that. I was gonna say I almost am hazard to pick someone like Chovy because he's going to get target banned in some games for sure. And so Chovy would have to fall back to like he'd have to get he'd pick Ari and he'd pick Akali. He'd get pushed off those picks. He'd get pushed onto something else. He'd have to pull out something crazy eventually because like there was that one game where T1 target banned fucking uh the support player
Yeah.
and like he was on his support singed randomly. Like what the fuck? I forget what his name is. Hold on, let me fucking. Oh my god, why am I not able to remember?
I'm gonna play it
Delight,
safe.
that's his name. There we go.
I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna pick Carrier.
No, I'm picking Carrier
Um,
because like I think that's just the obvious one.
actually, no, I'm not gonna pick Carrier.
Well,
I'm actually
fuck
not
me.
gonna pick Carrier. I'm not gonna pick
I'm gonna
Carrier. You
pick
know who I'm gonna pick it?
369.
You know who I'm gonna pick instead?
Licorice.
No,
Piosic. Dear God.
no. I'm gonna pick Lehens.
That's not
I'm gonna
bad.
pick Lehens. I'm actually gonna pick Lehens
I'm sticking
because
to
I feel,
Carrier.
yeah, I'm gonna actually pick Lehens on this one because Lehens also has a pretty, he has a pretty deep champion pool as well.
But he also has
And the
confidence in
reason,
himself.
yeah, I remember that one series where, like, I think it was KT versus um
And you know KT's gonna go
T1.
far. Like
Yeah,
KT's not gonna get eliminated, so
like they threw so many bans at Lehens. They were like what, like 8
it
support
was
bans,
8 total support bans.
and
Yeah.
you had to pull out from the bottom of the barrel, which isn't even the bottom of the barrel if you really think about it. And he pulled out his cinch. Now he lost on that pick,
But he still pulled
but
it out. That's a
I
pick.
think that is a pick. I
That
think
counts as him playing
Carrier
it.
has a very wide, like if I'm looking, or sorry, I think Lehens also has a very deep champion pool.
He's
Like
definitely
I'm
more
just
willing
looking,
to play them than Carrier
yeah,
seems right
like
now. But Carrier, like, I feel like he's gonna remember. If he pulls out
like
the
summer
Caitlyn support,
season,
he pulls out the Caitlyn support again, we're back in business.
like Carrier. Carrier's actually picked more supports in the regular season,
Yeah, but he
and
he was only on Lulu duty towards the end of it, and that's kind of
yeah,
crazy.
like looking at like the playoffs, like most of the games he did play, he played mostly Lulu, Alistair. Those are like the 11 games
Yeah,
combined.
that's crazy.
Um, Meanwhile, Lehens, he played mostly, he had 5 games of Rakan, but that was like less than half of the games. The other games he played was like Nautilus, Leona, Alistair. So like as time went on, like
He's
he
also
did
getting
play.
targeted in some of those games. He's getting banned.
Yeah,
Like they would ban his Rakan out because like Lahen's Rakan is like hand in hand. But yeah, I think Carry and Lahens are two good picks. Both support players. It's probably gonna be a support player most likely because
yeah.
like it's easiest to slot in a different support for the situation, and also they're the role that tend to get target banned randomly. So
I hope I don't regret this. I'm gonna pick Lehens. I'm trusting my boy Lehens.
I'm just picking the obvious one, Occam's Razor.
Yeah, it probably should be Carrier. I probably should pick Carrier, but Lehens I think is just as valid of an answer.
Yeah. All right. Who will get the most kills
Ruler.
in a single game
Next
at
question.
Worlds? Yeah,
Next
Ruler.
ruler.
I'm
I,
going
I
Ruler.
unironically cannot think of another player that will get the most kills
Maybe,
in a single game. It's going to
maybe.
be an 80 carry.
I
It
was gonna say,
always is.
I was gonna say it's either gonna be Ruler or Deft. That's my only other guess. But I have way more faith in the games that Ruler's going to play. The number of them, it will probably just be Ruler.
It has to be rule.
All
I mean,
right,
he
are
literally
you
has the
ready to
best
answer
team in
the
the
same
round.
question again?
Who will have the highest KDA is also going to be ruler.
Ruler.
Now I'm getting flashes of FPX hype in 2020, so I really hope that we are not going to get baited. But no,
Hey,
I think
look,
ruler
going
is.
off the numbers, going off the stats, it's literally that's just how it sees it. Like that's just what I see.
Yeah, I think it's going to be ruler for
Who
both of
will
these.
get the most first bloods at Worlds?
Hmm.
That's probably gonna be a jungler, right?
It
Because
has
they're
to
the
be a
ones
jungler because they're
constantly
usually.
being at the plays to actually be
Yep.
there. But jungle playstyles, fuck. Canyon might.
Canyon.
Oh, Canyon.
Canyon. Canyon is one. Strictly, well, I would say River, but like I have to think about the level of competition he's playing
River's
against.
not gonna be. It's either gonna be Canyon or Owner. I feel or PO ship. We
No,
gotta throw him in
I
there.
do not think it's gonna be owner. I do
No, cause
not think
no,
it's
no,
gonna
no, no,
be
no.
owner.
Cause if he's on his Lee Sin, it will buff him up substantially to like. Oh, it could be Tarzan as well. Oh fuck!
Ooh,
There's so many good junglers.
yeah, that's actually a point. I actually not. Yeah, that could also be brought. Up. Let's see here,
Yike is
because
also if Yike goes deep, Yike is a fucking crazy man. But he could get first blooded the most. It's not gonna be Peanut. I don't think so. Peanut never takes the
no,
kills.
it's not really Peanut. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's
Kanavi
Peanut.
doesn't take the kills either most of the time.
Well, you know, he was in the playoffs. He did have the most first blood participation
Yeah, participation,
of
but this says
any
first
jungler.
blood kills. It's not
Oh, does
participation
it
at
say? Oh,
all.
does it say kills?
It says kills. This is
Okay, it's
kills.
gonna. Okay, then they're gonna come from China. It's gonna come from China.
Or
Like,
Canyon.
there's
Or
no
Canyon.
shot. Yeah, or Canyon. It's either gonna come from China
That's
or it's
why
gonna be
that's
Canyon.
why I think Tarzan actually, looking at all these. Might be. Or Wei Wei. Wei Wei's pretty good too.
Ooh, yeah, it could be someone from BLG. It could be someone from BLG because like, outside of like JDG, BLG is actually like really good.
Who
Like
is the
they're really
BLG
good.
jungler? Where is the BLG jungler? Jun. Oh, dude, it's gonna be Jun. What the
Jun,
fuck am I smoking? Yeah, it's
I
gonna be
think Jun.
BLG's jungler Jun.
Yeah, I think BLG plays
Oh my god, dude. I
hella
fucking
aggressive.
totally
Like
forgot Jun was the jungler for BLG. Oh, it's gonna be him.
because they're not going to
No,
like
they play with their
be playing
dicks out,
against
bro.
JDG. Like I think it is going to be. I'll say Jun from BLG.
I think so too.
Um,
I think it's gonna be
I
Jun.
think I would say Canyon, but the thing with Damwon Kia is like Canyon is really smart, but I don't necessarily see Damwon Kia as a hyper aggressive team,
No, they're
especially
not.
not with
When
Deft
they're
on the
against
roster.
China teams, they're gonna get like pushed like back against a wall for the first like 10 minutes.
Yeah, so I'll say Jun.
Who is going to get at least one pentakill at Worlds?
Now this was a little easier because you have a pool of people that you could choose from as opposed to like a definitive one. But if you get this wrong, you don't get any points. So in a way, it's like even if you're like you have multiple people that you can pick from, and if at least one of them gets a pentakill, you know, you're good. Uh,
I mean, Ruler,
I
I
think I
feel.
want to say ruler again.
Although, dude, Elk is also kind of a fucking demon.
That's true.
Ruler,
That is
Elk, and
that is
Deft
true.
are like the three I feel the most faith in getting a penta. And Noah. Noah's actually pretty good. Sorry for calling you Adam.
I'm gonna play it safe and say ruler.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
I
Ruler.
just think I think the thing is like I think Ruler just has such strong players around him that give him so much space
Yeah.
to do everything he needs to do that I just find it
The
very
the
hard
amount
to
of
believe.
effort Ruler has to put in to get a pentakill
Like yeah,
versus
exactly.
Deft.
Like no AD carry in the world has a team like Ruler does. So I think I feel like it's logical to put Ruler in all these different categories because like
Yeah. Well, they are all the ones we put him in are all the KD ones. Like
yeah.
to be fair. All
So
right,
I'll say Ruler for this one.
the
And
final one.
now we have the teams. Which
Teams.
team from a region with 2 seeds or less will advance the furthest through worlds?
Well, historically, Japan's kind of been on the come up. Japan and Brazil, actually. I think Loud could go the furthest.
Yeah. Though I feel like I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna say PSG Talent. I'm gonna play it safe. And I'm gonna say
I'm
PSG
saying
Talent
C. I'm saying CB low.
because PSG Talent, like they've always been like
They've always been there. They always
They've
show
always been
up.
consistently at Worlds, right? And they have like, and here's
They
the
take
thing,
some.
they
They
have,
sometimes they've taken a game.
yeah, like I love Gigabyte Marines. Okay, I love the aggression that Vietnam has. But if they're asking me who's gonna make it the farthest,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna say PSG talent because
I'm saying loud. Smiley
yeah,
face.
like Maple's on the roster, Jinji is on the roster, like Waco's on the roster.
Yeah.
Like
PSG's just
I'm gonna play it
always.
safe.
PSG's a
They've
rock.
always been there.
But I
So
think
I'm gonna
that loud
say,
is gonna go further than PSG. So.
well, I know Brazil's won the comment, but like I just haven't. I've been impressed by Brazil, but they have. I would not trust in them more than I would trust like Maple
Oh no, I'm making a
because
gamble. Yeah, no,
yeah,
the gambler in me just wants to say loud
yeah,
because Brazil mentioned.
yeah. So
Oh
now, which
shit,
team will win the shortest game at Worlds?
BLG, right? Like
Um,
BLG's just gonna dust one of the weaker teams that they play against in Swiss.
you know what? I'm
BLG
gonna take a
ran over Korea at MSI.
I'm gonna take a gamble. I'm actually gonna say T1.
That's not
I'm
bad too.
I'm actually gonna say
T1.
T1 because the thing is, T1 when they're in their like I feel like even with LPL teams at the roster, like JDG wins because they have the best players on the team, but their team fight is also really good.
Yeah,
But
but
like
they play a controlled
wh-
game.
when I think of like fast paced games, I think of like BLG, I think of like LNG, I think of teams like T1,
Yeah.
right? Teams that will just push like they will press the issue. I mean, 20-minute Barons every game. I feel like against like mediocre teams, like I think T1's gonna probably win the fastest game, just straight up.
I think if I could pick two, I would pick T1 and BLG. But I'm gonna go
The
with
BLG,
BLG
yeah,
just because I feel like they're gonna play in one of their games. They're just gonna like blitz in a 3-0. One of those games is gonna be like 18 minutes, 19 minutes, or
yeah,
something.
because
Just
like
something
I
crazy.
think I think BLG games can be chaotic, but I think T1 games will be they'll just
They'll
slaughter
either
and you'll just
win the
die.
fastest game or they'll be in the game and they've lost it the
Yeah,
fastest.
so that's why I'm gonna say T1
Oh my
on that one.
god, which team will have the most Baron steals at Worlds? Where's Team Liquid? Pioshik, baby.
Baron steals, not stolen Barons.
Oh no, I know. My boy Piosik. I mean, this is hard. Who's
This is
gonna get
hard.
into a situation? The problem is, I wouldn't pick JDG because I don't think they get into a situation where like it's a 50-50 at Baron. You know
Yeah,
what I
it
mean?
has to be a team that like forces issues and is confident enough to like
It
win them
would
out.
it would either be T1's not a bad guess because like
I would
T1.
not guess. I don't want to guess any of the Korean teams because I feel like Korean teams are one of the least likely to take those 50-50
Well,
Barons
if it's
other than
Korea,
T1.
yeah, if it's Korea against Korea, I would guess T1. But if it's dude, it could be
Like I feel like it has to be
LNG.
an L. Yeah, I feel like it might be LPL team.
It might be LNG purely because BLG are on like that same wavelength, right? They all go in, they ride or die, they don't give a shit. So if they win the team fight, they get the Baron, it's not stolen. If they lose the team fight, they don't get the Baron. But LNG, they scrap. They kind of go in, they kind of
Yeah,
fucking
I'm looking for teams that like are willing to like
scrap a
take
bit.
those. And they have Tarzan. It's
And they
hard to
have
root against
Tarzan,
Tarzan.
and Tarzan's a good jungler.
Like I'm thinking about a team like if they're down, which team is the most likely going to be the one to fight back?
Tarzan would go for the steal. That's the thing. Tarzan would
I'm
go
thinking
for
like,
it.
would Jun go for the steal? Would Kanavi go for the steal? And even then, you
On
have to also say,
Kanavi's
would
team
they
right
be
now, he wouldn't go for the steal with
well?
Ruler.
Because it even has you have to consider the fact that these even have to be situations where the
Yeah, they're
team,
getting beat.
yeah, they're in a disadvantageous position to start with, which I don't think would be JDG, and I don't think would be BLG. I do think LNG and maybe Weibo, right? But I don't know. Weibo, I mean,
I
once you
would
get down to that fourth
gamble
seed, it gets
I would
pretty
gamble
dicey.
LNG more because they're closer to that like threshold.
Yeah,
So they have
I'm
more games probably.
yeah, I'm willing to say LNG on this one.
That's
Suzhou
a good
LNG.
question. Which team will
All
win
right.
Worlds?
Rob is just straight up asking. All right. I'm not gonna try and do some weird predict. I'm just gonna
It's
pick Occam's razor. I'm going to pick
JDG,
JDG.
right? Like
I don't
JDG.
see like because you have to think who are all the teams that can beat JDG? BLG
LNG's
just has tried like
gotten
8 million times and they've lost every single time.
BLG
Okay.
gets blown out, and LNG and Weibo fight back, but they've never beat them. And it's not like a DRX situation where it was like, oh, DRX never beat Gen G, but it was always close, right? Like they were always best of
Yeah.
fives. Like LNG took LNG took JDG to a best of five, and they took them to a game five, but JDG still won it. And like
I'll put it. Yeah.
that final game was pretty decisive, and also that's the closest they've been to losing.
When JDG needs to get it done, they will get it done.
They
And
haven't fumbled. They haven't choked.
I have full confidence that they'll be able to come back into the game and win it. Like that I do not have that confidence with any other team right now, including T1, because
Yeah,
some of T1's games
obviously.
have been incredibly suspect.
Yeah.
Like they've won games they straight up should not have won.
All right.
But JDG is like the most complete team, so I'm gonna say JDG. I'm not gonna make that one.
All right. Which team will play the most different champions at Worlds? This is
Now,
kind of an interesting question.
now hear me out on this one. G2 Esports.
That's what I was gonna say, actually. Yeah.
I feel like G2 is because like LPL teams are not that experimental. Like they have a couple of
They
things that
do
work.
whenever it's like a new thing. Like when Nico got reworked, they were all over that shit. But then afterwards, it's like no one's playing Nico now. Like they're all waned off it. They always go back when LPL is like when it matters, they go back to their bread and butter. LCK is kind of the same way, but like they choke. But like LPL, they just go back to their favorites. They go back to the things they enjoy the most, and they're good at it. They play what they know. G2 will say, "Fuck it, pick me Vayne mid," like just
I mean, T1's
randomly.
also another potential choice there because they have players like Carrier
But
and I mean, I
G2
don't know.
G2
I
has
think G2.
multiple mild X factors, whereas T1 I'm really only looking at Carrier.
Yeah, they have that swagger about them. Like they have that swagger that they can kind of pick whatever, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't,
And
it
also
doesn't. So
G2 will go out on their own terms, whereas like Carrier could like turtle and just be like, I'm only on Lulu
yeah,
duty.
yeah.
Like that's what I'm
So
thinking. And also
I'll say
even if they don't play that many games, they'll still pick a lot of different things though.
yeah,
That's the
like
thing.
the depth is the wide range of pickable champions is there, especially when you have players like Caps, Broken Blade, and like I don't really think Han Sama's the kind of guy to pick like a wide variety, but I think
He
he
has
is the
his
kind of guy
Draven.
he has his moments.
He's got
He
his
does have
Draven.
his like pocket picks,
He's
but
got his Callista too.
I feel like most of them what you're gonna see is might come from Mickey
Dude,
X
he's
and
fucking.
Broken
He
Blade.
also he's been picking up that they got that fucking Braum Kog'Maw shit. They got Callista in his
Yeah, I
fucking
did see that.
arsenal.
I did see that. They're working. They're cooking.
They got a lot of different shit spread out over a lot of the map. And like, even though I don't think they're gonna like go to like finals, well, if they do, that's awesome. But like, they're gonna pick a lot of different shit along the way. They never stay to one flavor.
Yeah. So I'll pick G2 for that one. They're the one that have the most faith that will,
Because
you know.
JDG will like JDG and Genji, they'll keep winning on the same things over and over again.
Yes.
Like they got their bread and butter. But like G2, you ban out their fucking top side, they're gonna go crazy on the bot side. Yeah, we got some nice pickums here. Beautiful.
Yep. I think yeah, pretty. I mean, there's pretty nice like variety except for the players.
Well,
I,
when the questions
I'm
are all really
I'm
similar, I mean,
I'm investing in ruler stock. Okay. I'm
well,
going all
like
in on ruler
if
stock.
if JDG is going to win Worlds, statistically, the person who's going to have the best KDA will probably be the AD carry of the winning team. That's just like historically usually the case. Like the team that wins the most has the best KDs, right? Like
Yeah.
so yeah. Do you want to do like the two picks as well or
Yeah. We might as well. I mean, they're right there. Um.
GG?
So yeah, the question is, well, there's not really a question. It's just this pick two teams that will advance into the group stage.
I picked Loud to go the furthest out of the minor regions, and then I'm picking Golden Guardians because they're gonna dice Europe.
Yeah, I feel like I have to pick like,
The
well,
the minor region team you picked.
see, this is a slightly different answer, or it's a slightly different question because I don't, because I feel like the question is who's gonna make it the farthest, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't consider the fact that some of these teams that go up against each other, and you might get like I'm looking at Gigabyte Marines,
Yeah,
like the
there might be some
VCS team,
scuffed results.
like the VCS teams. Because like it's not who's gonna advance the furthest; it's just gonna say who
Yeah,
advances.
who gets out? That's it.
Which I guess means like those would advance the farthest if the other teams will even make it out. I think that the Gigabyte Marines have like see this is weird because I feel like PSG if they make it out can make it the farthest.
Yeah, but they
But
have
I
to
also
get
feel
there.
like Gigabyte. Well, first of all, let me put Golden Guardians as one of the teams to make
Yeah,
it. I
Golden
think
Guard.
they'll make it.
We both agree that Golden Guardians, all things considered, should
Yeah,
just dust pretty much all of them. Maybe drop like one game. Maybe they drop a random team to like DFM. Maybe, I don't know, random like one thing.
they should make it out.
But they
But
should definitely make it out.
it's the second team that because like my thoughts are Gigabyte Marines, TW, it was TW. I don't remember what TW is, and PSG Talon. Like because PSG, I think, is the most stable team. Like I think they're the team that will be the most likely to win their match if given the opportunity. But Gigabyte Marines could very much play spoiler to that. Like
Yeah.
we should not forget about like those who are newer into the league scene
Well, yeah.
might not know about
Minor
the
region
Gigabyte
teams
Marine.
have nothing to lose.
Like TSM almost got 3-0'd by Gigabyte Marines at MSI 2017. They ended up reverse sweeping them,
Which was
which
crazy, but
which is
like
crazy that they even had to do that to begin with. But it just shows, like, I guess you have to think about like, are they going to be able to pull it out in the best of five?
I I feel like out of all of these teams, I agree with you that PSG, if out of group, like if they had to all play the same games against like the better teams, PSG would probably do the best. Like I don't think that's like very difficult to like reason. But the problem is PSG is playing against the slop. PSG
Yeah.
has to
Oh, wait a
get
minute, wait, wait,
there.
wait. Okay, so with the plan stage, so the qualifier matches will be the first seed from Group A versus the second seed of Group Two. Um, and then the second match will be the first seed of Group B versus the second seed from Group A. And uh, the World's qualifying series winner will play in Pool One. So they're going to be facing the Vietnamese team. Um, and there is a losers bracket. So that should give you more of an idea. I think
Do you see that on like the schedule?
because Gigabyte Marines and PSG will never play each other to
Oh
qualify for Worlds.
shit. Wait, we get to
That's the
see the
thing you have.
schedule?
Yeah, you get to see the
Oh
schedule. So
dude,
they will
Loud is
never
playing Gigabyte first.
they will never play each other to get to Worlds. So in that case, because I think that
Oh,
Team
that
A1,
changes things kind of.
I think the winner. I mean, I think PSG or Gigabyte Marines is gonna beat whoever comes out of because I don't think that the NA or EU team is gonna finish in second seed, but that is a possibility. But I'm
It would
going to
be
assume that they
crazy.
don't.
It would be
I'm going to assume that they
crazy.
don't. I think because I think the play-in qualifiers are probably going to be PSG versus probably like team like what is this Team Wales, which is from Vietnam. Who's even on Team Wales? Okay, I don't know
Yeah,
any of these
that
people.
that's the team
Okay,
I know the least about.
or it could be CFO Flying Oyster, or and then the sec. Okay, I
I'm
think
just guessing loud because of my other guess.
yeah
Smiley
I
face.
Yeah, because it's like who's gonna advance? Like, because it could be from they could both be from the same seed or it's the
Yeah, they
same
could be
group
from the
too.
same region. It could
Pretty
both be
cool.
both Vietnamese teams, like randomly. Like the question literally just says who's gonna make it. You could pick Golden Guardians and someone else, or you could just pick Japan and PCS.
Because like Gigabyte Marines are gonna have to go up against or PSG are gonna have to go up against the NA/EU team,
Yeah,
or like I would think like CFO. And I don't think that I think that Golden Guardians, if they make it through, would beat the shit out of Gigabyte Marines.
Yeah,
Like I just think they're them. So
stylistically, they would probably have the easiest time with them.
I'm gonna go with my gut, and I'm gonna say PSG.
Yippee!
Even though I think Gigabyte Marines can play home wrecker, and I definitely respect them, I just think that with how the bracket is set up, I think that PSG is more suited than Gigabyte Marines. No disrespect to Gigabyte Marines. No disrespect. I
No
just think that with the way that the
disrespect.
bracket's set up, I just think that it is much more reasonable for them.
All right, that is all the crystal ball and picks done. Do you anything else you want to say in the recording?
Um, I'm just excited for this world, and there's also going to be like the Swiss, pickums
Yeah,
and stuff
I'm
like that, and then
excited
the
for the
bracket
Swiss
stage.
pick'ems a lot.
So there's gonna be more coming. There's gonna be more coming.
I'm really excited for the Swiss pick'ems
Yeah,
because it's the first year we're gonna be able to do them. Ooh.
I don't even know what that's gonna be like,
I
but
know,
I'm
right?
excited to
I'm thinking
see.
about how the fucking website's gonna be laid out, and I can't even figure it out. I'm excited. I'm excited for Worlds.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
but yeah, I got nothing else to add. I'm just ready to see worlds. I'm ready to see that worlds qualifying series match, and get started with worlds. I mean, we're here.
Yeah,
It's here now, and I I I I can't wait to see it happen live. It's gonna be Sunday,
first game
all the way from Korea.
in the middle of the night. Oh, sometimes it sucks when Worlds halfway across the fucking continent, or the whole world in this case. Yeah, it'll come back to NA one of these years.
Yeah, in a couple years.
Yeah, we gotta wait. Actually, you know what? When it goes to EU, the times are better. So
Yeah.
that'll be exciting. All right, I'm ending the recording.